At West Tennessee Bank, we provide all the financial tools you'll ever need to manage your money more effectively, helping you stretch each dollar, making it go farther, adding value to every purchase. West Tennessee Bank, a division of Decatur County Bank. We think you'll like us. Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
I'm going to skip down. We'll come back to minutes. I'll give Michael a chance to get here to vote on the minutes. First item on the agenda is accounts. There's no vote required on accounts. Is there any question on any of our bills?
Jim, I had a couple on, there's two fuel man bills that were paid on here. Is it just the way they fell in the billing cycle, or?
Yes, I believe so. It was just the billing cycle. We ended up with two different bills, two different months.
And they're almost within $20.
Yes, that's not unusual. It seems
It's
like
not, okay.
it's amazing how close the fuel averages out to be.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I believe we paid the bills early last month because of a couple of reasons, but anyway, so that way, one of them fell, the bills we paid on 25th, and another one was just paid this week, so they ended up opening the report.
Okay.
Are there any other questions concerning any of our accounts? Okay. Next item on the agenda, we'll go to delegations. We'll come back up to minutes after we do delegations. Is there anybody here that would like to address the board this time on any issue? Okay. We'll go back up and vote on the minutes. Go back to item A, minutes. Is there any corrections or amendments to our minutes? I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by no. Motion carries. Okay, next item on the agenda is D. Approve the acceptance of $10,000 park equipment grant from PetSafe. The equipment will be installed in the proposed dog park at Gene Record Memorial Park. Jim, I'll let you.
I know very little about this one. You know more than I do. We've been working it for some time to try to acquire grants for the proposed dog park at Gene River Park. We've been going at this, for 18 months to 2 years, I believe. This grant we applied for some time ago. It does provide $10,000 worth of equipment for the dog park. It can't construct it, but it can put the equipment in it. It is actually through PetSafe. It is also, there are strings attached that we had to buy the equipment from a related company to PetSafe, Ultraside. And so they have a person that will be coming to town to work with the mayor and Dina to try to determine our best way to spend the $10,000. So I think it's a very worthwhile thing. They do have in your packet is the agreement concerning the grant. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, we will attempt to answer those.
I have one question on the grants, page D2 at the bottom. It's just, obviously
agenda. Okay, approve an application for TDOT Community Transportation Program grant to perform a citywide study of existing pedestrian and bicycle facilities to propose a plan to make improvements to said system. If the grant is approved, TDOT, the maximum grant amount is $100,000 with a $10,000 local match. This is something this grant kind of is something we saw and thought could help, something that TDOT is requiring us to do, and I'll let Jim and Brent explain that one to you, on our handicap accessible sidewalks through the entire city.
TDOT projects, and any funding you receive through TDOT, which is funded through federal highway safety, their big item recently has moved to the top of their priority list is handicap accessibility. As part of that, there is multi-year programs the city's going to have to go through. In fact, we are behind in the process of doing this. Each year, December 31st, we're supposed to have another step done. I've been to an 8-hour class, Brent's been, Carter's been, and Eric, I think, with him. We went 2 different occasions. But as part of this process, the city's got to do a, what do they call it? Inventory and a transitional plan to make sure every single street crossing, every sidewalk, everything we have that is public use is handicap accessible. And that's not only handicap for wheelchairs, it's walkers, it's blind, it is hearing impaired, all of it. So that is going to be their big priority. Every project we push through TDOT that needs their approval from now on, everything we do is going to be approved by the ADA coordinator with TDOT. Part of that process of doing that transition plan is doing the inventory of your entire city and all those facilities you have. This grant became known to us through the Southwest Tennessee Development District, through the RTO transportation area, and they came to us right about the end of the year and says, hey, this grant's out here, would you want to apply for this grant? Well, we got looking at the grant along with our engineers kind of work with Barry Alexander, and one of the options there is pedestrian and bicycle master plan. Well, we don't have any bicycle facilities to start with, and we understand that, but this is part of this plan. You have to do the inventory of all your pedestrian roadways. Part of that, of course, will be handicap accessibility of those pedestrian lanes, crossings, etc. So we thought, there's a grant out here, we know we've got to do it anyway, why not put the two together and see if one of them can help us work on the transition plan, or at least the inventory for the other one. And that is the reason this came to the forefront. It's the reason we decided to go ahead and send them a letter of intent that has to be already viewed. We discussed it, the mayor got in on it, we talked to Shelton Merrill, our planner, talked with Barry Alexander, our engineer, and we all were in agreement it would not hurt to go ahead and apply for these grant funds in order to help do the other project also as part of that fund. So this is the first step, was the letter of intent. The back of the thing basically explains what we're planning on doing. So hopefully, if we were able to get funding, it will help with the other project. If we don't get funded, we will still have to do that other ADA inventory and transitional plan. So this doesn't make it go away. If we don't get the grant funding, we're still going to have to do that part of the plan. Part of that is we have to, already we're past deal on appointing an ADA coordinator to handle this plan. Brent has volunteered to be our ADA point of contact for accessibility.
Way to go, Brent.
And the next point, we got to do some updates all the way from our website, some other things about that, complaint process that you actually go through if you have complaints or needs that we are not being met with public facilities. So that project will have to begin moving even before this. There are certain letters we have to send. In fact, we're probably going to come back next month with certain letters that have to be approved and sent to
gonna cost us, this, inventory transitional study?
No, we
get
have
the grant or not? It
To
doesn't-
be honest, I have spoke to cities, as I had some other training with other cities related to this, a short training, not the 8 hours, but a short training. I spoke to other city recorders, city managers, and some of them are using their STP funds to hire consultants, aka engineers, to do the study for them. City of Paris is spending about $350,000 on the transition plan. Does not do any work, that is just the plan. So you can see, now, Paris is a lot bigger than we are. They have a whole lot more facilities than we do, but you can see the cost. And to tell you how serious they are, we sent our plan for the East Main resurfacing to DDOT. Barry had an example, the engineer on the project got a list of items back that they are addressing that are ADA related on the sidewalks, nothing to do with the pavement, that we may have to upgrade as part of that project, and we'll drive that cost up. In fact, today, he was out doing surveys and taking pictures of the intersections. Carter's crew, and even the chief went out last night to wash out all the handicap accessible, crossing the, what do they call it, the actual rib, warning. The pavers, they got the ribs on, to make sure they were clean, where when Barry was here, he could take pictures and provide them back to the ADA coordinator with TDOT. And we will have to get that set of plans approved through her before we can even think about going to construction. So, they are, will be very serious about this part.
We knew we had some we're gonna do on this project. But if y'all do remember, when I first got elected, in 2008, 2009 is when we did the sidewalk project out by the high school. And TDOT approved that, and we did all the handicap accessibility and everything. And they're going back looking at that, about some upgrades on that. And then, was it, how many long we got our red lights? 6 years? 7?
Something like that.
Same thing, now they're coming back and now they're wanting audible. They're talking about we might have to put in audible
Warren
crosswalk warning at that intersection.
Which is about $25,000.
So I mean, it's, when we're trying to spend our STP money and our own money for asphalt, we're gonna get, I'm afraid this is gonna get a big chunk of our money.
And, if you talk to TDOT in those meetings, they're actually, trying to scare you to death as far as how bad it can get if Department of Justice, which is the enforcement arm of ADA, actually comes down. And they were giving examples of some larger cities that were having to spend, what was it, San Francisco or what, about $300 million a year they were having to spend just on ADA for the next 25 years or something.
They're based on a percentage of their total transportation budget as far as
Yes.
what they were.
So they say you need to do it yourself before they make you do it. And they even had examples for smaller towns that have been visited by the Department of Justice and had, as part of the mutual agreement, actually large sums of money they have.
We're gonna have all the help we get, so with that being said, I'm gonna make a motion, we approve the grant application. See if we can get this thing and get us some help on that. I'll make a motion to approve this request.
So a motion to approve the application, do I have a second? Sir. Have a second, any further discussion on the motion?
I had a question on the item 5 down there. The grants, I guess when do we apply for the grants? I know this is a letter of intent to seek the money. When does the grant due? Grant application?
Do you remember exactly? I think, to tell you the truth, if I remember correctly, they look at the initial projects and they make a cut, and certain people proceed further. Then you have a full-blown application you have to
They
do.
fill out. This is letter of intent, and they look at what you're gonna say you're doing. We might not even get this.
We might even get to the next step.
There's about, two more levels, I think.
Yeah,
You got one level to fill out the application, then once you get to there, you go to another level.
Mhm.
I guess I stated that wrong, should have been letter of intent, but either way,
Yes, well, we understand what you're saying.
Oh, if this is strange, grant, you ask for an upfront 10% match, upfront, do we get it back if we don't get the grant?
You're asking a question truly, I do not know. There is no money up front now. I think probably what they're trying to say is you have to pay it up front and they reimburse you, which is what most grants are going to now instead of reimbursement after the fact.
Okay, it's upfront, okay.
backwards than most grants we have, where we spend the money, we hire the architect, their engineer, then they reimburse us, it's backwards. He said they just started that last term, they did this.
And I think they had a list of people that were approved to do this work.
Yeah.
And then they chose who went to each city. You may not get to choose the one that you want.
Yeah.
DDOT will provide them for you.
Yes.
I mean, Sonny's right, we need to do this because
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do it anyway. If we can get a grant, great.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, signify by no. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is item F. As you remember, we had a discussion on how we do our utility billing last month. I think y'all asked for the utility department to come back with some ideas. And I believe I'll turn this over to Darrell and
have the wording of the current section in our codes. And I've got a proposed rewrite of that section that gives the fire department a little bit more flexibility. It actually has some wording about postal errors and things like that.
old bill, I think the other bill you get cut off on the 20. If you see.
Depends on what cycle you are. If you're in the first cycle, which goes out on the 15th, your cutoff is somewhere 5th, 6th of the next month. If you're on the 30th billing cycle, your
So,
cutoff is
okay.
somewhere around the 21st.
Let me ask this again, come back. Let's say that on that cycle, instead of getting cut off at 6 or 7, you put on the thing, you're subject to be cut off on the 15th. That's when the next cycle goes out, right? That would be their second billing, correct? You get a billing on the 15th, and by the time it gets where we're gonna cut you off is on the 7th of the next month, correct? If we extend that to the 15th and say, okay, you're subject to be cut off on the 15th, and then we do the cutoff after people receive the second bill.
Are you saying the 15th cycle is when
That's
The
when
the bill
15th
goes
is
out,
when
or-
the bill went out anyway, so they wouldn't even get the next
to
bill.
keep from doing a major change,
Well, they wouldn't
you
have
get
done it.
that second bill.
Right. So if you wait till the 15th, if you do it the 15th, they would not have received it because it didn't leave the facility.
What I'm saying though, is on that first bill, though, what I'm saying, you're subject to be cut off on the 15th, but we don't cut people off until after they know they received the second bill.
All right, we allow them time to receive the bill and then we can, okay,
Yeah.
I understand you now.
Would that count as a second notice?
But I think the
I
second
think-
bill would be,
I think, even if you consider that a second notice, I think the wording of the ordinance still needs to be
It's not really
amended.
changing.
We just gotta make sure we do what we say we're going to.
Because I mean, I know we're doing it, but and I realize too, if we do the second mailing ordinance, we're gonna have a certain percent is gonna be here, whether we send them out, pick them up on, that we tell them we're gonna cut them off on the 7th, or we're gonna give them all the way to another 14 days. We're gonna have that nucleus of the same bunch every time, we know that. But it's the ones that it seems like we're having some problems, but you see your cutoff was down, how much was the cutoff down this time?
Like 34.
It's
And of the 34, of the 34 cutoffs, how many of them back turned down?
Out of those, there was 6 that were still off and owing us money, and those 6 may be left, and that's the thing about if you go 2 bills, particularly in the heating season and all of that, it's going to increase our write-offs.
Well, I understand we're gonna have some increase on the write-off, but how many,
Out
of that, if you had, let's say you had 30 people you cut off, and we cut them all to 6 are still cut off. If you extended those days, would we have more than 6 that still are out, since the bill's higher, we still, you figure we have more than that 6? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you have, I mean, well, you have quite a few apartments and things like that, and so that would, if you did 2 bills, you would probably be safe to say you don't want to double that number, I think.
But, since we're looking at it, I think we need to look at our fees for turning off, turning back on and stuff like that. Look at our minimum bills because I think we're I think a lot of people get it turned off in the spring and you have to go turn it back on again when the winter hits on some of our stuff. I don't know. And maybe, do we have a lot of that? Do you know if they have a lot of that where a lot of people call in April, May and turn this off and you go out and cut off 60, 70, 80, 100 people, then October, November, December, well, we gotta have it back on, and I know they're saving the minimum bill, but it's still costing us, what is our $20 to $25?
$25, and saving the average customer $35.
But it's costing us money to do that, you know, so I think we need to look, if we look at the ordinance, we need to look at the whole thing, not
I would
just
think
the
we
bill.
would change it to after the second billing date, we would need to increase the reconnect fee and increase the amount of deposit.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to look at the whole thing when we do stuff. But I do think we need to follow what it says is, they need to either get a second bill or get a time span in there to where, until we change this thing, so we're not violating our own ordinance.
You know,
this may not be feasible, I thought that we should let the second, whatever billing cycle we're on, when you get your
another thing, I mean, just don't think, another thing I noticed too is I'm just wondering if we should have more of our minimum bill for what we cut you off. If we cut you off for a $25 bill, is that really feasible for the utility department? If I cut you off on a $25 bill, and I'm sending the service man all the way down to Deanburg to cut somebody off, it's costing us more money to go cut them off instead of getting the net, when the bill's more than, you can set the bill at 45 or whatever, to at least make it feasible for us, it is, because I think we're losing money on this deal. I'm just wondering.
I think the cutoff is what, 25?
25, I'm just wondering if that's really, if you go to Deanburg, you're really losing money. The utility department really losing money.
You have a whole lot of people that carry a 2250 balance on their accounts, they never pay it in full.
No, they pay
because
under
they know.
25, they pay under 25 and keep on going. We found that out, on the check thing.
The system, the system is there, some people just utilize the system, they know how to utilize it.
Well, yes, and I think there's not an easy band-aid to this. In the grand scheme of things, we're talking 1% of the people that we bill. So, you gotta keep that in mind. Do you want to add a lot more money or expense to 1% and punish the other 99% that pay their bill on time or get it paid, or we knock on the door and they pay us in? So there's a lot of things to look at. I think first thing, we need to get the ordinance correct. But second of thing, there's anything that we do, any which direction you go with this, there's going to be a cost. Now, is that cost gonna get pushed down to everybody? Is that cost gonna be just to the ones that are on the list all the time? That's something that would have to be decided, and how much it costs. Just to do something different with the bill, we have to go all the way back and have a whole new bill, because they keep in stock our generic bill like it is, and all they do is put our numbers on there when we send them. So we have to completely redo it to even
Put the past due amount.
put something, put some other kind of verbiage on there. And then you get it busy too, when you get too much stuff on there.
When you get a second, let's say you owe $22, and so you need to cut off, and you got the second bill, the next bill, how's that figured on there? Just the total you owe?
It shows previous balance, if you have a whatever balance, and then it shows you what your bill is now, and then it shows total due.
Do we have a statement, any previous balance must be paid within?
That's gonna be changing the format of it. So there would be a cost change in that type of way. I mean, we have a message area, but it's not gonna be prominent enough
Yeah.
and it won't be on every deal, not on some select ones. So we'll have to, it would be a change for the billing company to do that change. Now, the option the mayor was talking about maybe just setting the deadline and wait till the next bill go out and still cut them off within the 5 days or something after the next bill goes out. You could probably do that and not change the format until you run out of the stock. Us knowing we're running out of stock, then we may go make a change. But that's something that I can guarantee one way or
And
another.
I understand we got the same people, since I've been here 10 years, it's the same people, and we do helping hands. It's usually about 13 or 14 months, I'm signing a check for the same person, you can't do it within a 12-month period. So about the 13th or 14th month, I'm signing that check to that person each time, I see that. But on the flip side too, I know we're a utility, it's a business, but we're also, the public feels like, I think some of the public feels like we're really cutting it short, and some don't. Some think you gotta pay the bill to go on, so I really don't have a good answer for this.
But the only reason why we're discussing this is because what happened that 1 month where everybody got cut off. So the system wasn't broke. It's just a situation where this happened, and then we had
need to change the ordinance for natural building process. And after that, we should be done. Other than that should be, but as far as going out and retooling the whole, but I still think we need to look at our rates for cutting on and cutting off, or, in other words,
Well, I tell you what, can I interject something here and maybe this will get us going?
you're the chairman.
I'm not listening to this. I think if it's okay with y'all guys, I'll ask y'all if I sign, ask Alderman Ferris and Alderman Smith to sit down with Greg, Darrell, and sit down and go over it, and y'all come back and go through the ordinance and come back with the changes in the ordinance. I think this way, the board feels comfortable, because I read something and I think it's one thing, and then after I sit down and listen to the history of it, why it's that way, or the problems you have about making this change. I think we're giving the alderman have a chance to sit down with y'all and say, why we're doing it this way, you're probably gonna have an answer. If you don't do it this way, this is the problem you're gonna have. I think that will help them understand it, and then we can rewrite, then we can come back with the changes in the ordinance next meeting. Because we couldn't pass, if we passed anything tonight, we have to come back the next time we have a person out.
I think you're on target, because I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I don't understand the billing process. I go over and get a cup of coffee every once in a while, and I know how hard it works, I do see that. But I'm not aware of how the bill is, how it goes out, what's going on. And I do know from a business standpoint that, there is people do learn the system, use the system, and usually the same ones over and over, that are doing that. And I'm not picking on you, I'm just saying that's the way it is. And a lot of times it's because money's tight, they've got to stretch their dollars, and I understand that. And you learn it, you stretch it, and you play any system you can. And I'll be glad to do whatever you need to do.
Is everybody else, Darrell, you okay with that?
Yeah, we'll set up time.
Is you okay with that? You gonna have, is Josh gonna run the meeting?
I can have it there.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is, discuss purchasing aeration equipment for the East Lagoon. Sarah.
We've got one aerator that is currently not working in the East Lagoon. It's been rebuilt once already. We've had trouble over the years. We did put some money in the budget for aeration equipment. Blower that would be comparable in size to the horsepower and all of that is about $6,000, and then diffusers and piping and things, we're looking at spending about $7,500 to replace that one unit at the East Lagoon. And we need to try to get that done before springtime and the warmer weather hits. So,
And you talk about doing the ones where you showed us that time about sit on the outside of the lagoon.
no, this will actually be a blower, right? The blower will set on the bank, and it'll be piping off into the lagoon to the diffusers, and everything that you change oil and maintain and all that is readily accessible from the bank.
Thanks, that's great.
Yeah.
You need a motion to approve. I make a motion to approve, purchase.
Have a motion, do I have a second? Second. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing all those in favor, signify by aye. All opposed, say no. I think you had something else?
Other thing I had on my list is, the Department of Gas Line Regulatory Authority has passed a new requirement. We've been putting in, excessive flow valves for a number of years on all new services. They've changed the wording of that rule that requires those. They are requiring utilities to offer that safety device to every customer. And in the wording, it does not say that we have to pay for it. And most utilities around are installing these safety devices at the customer's request, at the customer's call, and charge the customer for it. So it's something that they would have to pay for if they wanted to add that safety item to their property. They range, I've looked at a lot of the American Water or American Gas Association's
Neo's lease came, due at the end of this, year. Neo sit down with us, and their lease payment last year was $3,000 a month. They have asked us, because as of right now, they've lost their orders. And I think they got one contract where they got one person really over there doing it, and it's cut down. But they still want to keep the building and still operate, because we're applying for some more contracts later on this year. So they requested that we lower the lease payment to $2,500 to get a lease for a year. Now, they did say that if they do, for some reason, get a contract and get, I think at one time we had, 20, 25 people out there. If they did that and got those back, they would go back to 3,000. But what they're asking us for is a lease for 1 year for $2,500 a month. And I think for us, that is a fair, I think that's something we should do for them.
I would agree with that. I would like to see us try to think about maybe setting aside some of that money that comes in to help do some needed repairs down on the building. I'll make the motion that we grant a year lease to Neo Products for $2,500 a month.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second
We have a second. Any further discussion on that motion? Seeing none. All those in favor signify by aye. All opposed signify no. Motion carries. Next item, we have another business. I'll let Jim explain to you. He brought this up to me yesterday. It's, cause I didn't know we even had this. It's a cemetery fund CD. I didn't know we had a cemetery fund CD. This is back in the Lyman Cook days, so I'm gonna let Jim explain to you what this
He's
is.
been hiding that.
If that's that money,
Yeah, that whole $3,000.
That's that money Kenny Farmer said he had on.
Yeah.
It's a big interest.
Yeah, big interest we're earning off that. The city has a CD that is designated as the cemetery CD. It's been in place longer than I've been here. Currently, the balance is $3,058. It's up for renewal again, annual renewal, next week. And always been Clayton Bank, First State Bank, now it's First Bank. Sends me a check for my $5 worth of interest or whatever, it's like 0.25% this past year, so it's not gonna be any money to speak of. To be honest, I cannot find the history of why the CD's separate. It has been in place longer than I've been here. I believe, if I remember correctly, Mr. Cook telling me this is a cemetery CD, was set aside for cemetery where interest is supposed to be used for maintenance of the cemetery. But after 31 plus years, I cannot find any records. I don't know. The last thing I found anywhere in the minutes dated 1978 talked about the cemetery trust fund. It had about $2,000 in it. I don't know if that's even the same money, because the same minutes or the same period talked about moving state sales tax money to the cemetery fund. It's like maybe they even had a separate fund at the time set up for the cemetery. So I can't even guarantee you that has anything to do with this or not. But my opinion is no more interest than it can earn, and as much money as we're having to put into maintenance of the cemetery, there's no question we go above and beyond maintaining the cemetery. With y'all's permission, I would like to close this CD, where we no longer have to track it separately. My recommendation is to utilize these funds this year during budget time. We've been earmarking a certain amount of money for monument improvements. I'd like to recommend we use the entire balance and increase that monument improvements for the older monuments in the cemetery by that $3,000.
We've been putting about 5,000.
We've been looking 5,000 for that each year. So my recommendation is, in order to use this money specifically for the cemetery, let's go ahead and increase that budget in the coming year. Don't hold me to that. We're gonna make it $8,000 and spend that money to maintain the older monuments in the cemetery.
I'll make the motion to do away with that CD and that fund line and move it all over to the cemetery.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second. Discussion on the motion. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by aye. All opposed signify by no. Motion carried. Carter, you have anything? Brent?
Yes, sir. We sent out letters title search and go ahead and take bids to demo those 4 properties.
Any motion on that one?
The ones, so you got 2 that you can't contact anybody at all on?
We have had no contact. We sent it to the last known people, and we have a good address on one of them, and we're getting nothing back from them. I believe the 2 that we're getting no contact from may have 5+ years of back taxes owed, so.
Then you got 2 that they said they can't do anything with them because.
The 2 that we have talked to some people that, I won't say both of them, 1 or 2 of those don't have the ability, but the taxes are paid up.
Do we know if there are liens on the property?
I don't believe there would be any on these, but the title search should show that.
Okay, all right. I'll make a motion to approve that request.
Is there a motion to approve Bedford Title Search to take bids on the demolition? Have a second. Do I have any discussion on that motion?
How long before we taking the title search bids when we actually go to demolition?
We'll set a date. What we'll have to do is we'll do a title search. We'll send out a mailing to them and tell them that these houses are beyond fixing and we're going to demolish them. We'll set out, advertise for bids, take bids. So we're probably looking at 30 days at the max, or minimum 60 days or longer at the maximum. So probably around 2 months before we would have bids in hand and be ready to do this.
Then we'll be bringing the bids back to y'all for final approval for the demo. Yes, that's good.
Is there other further discussion on the motion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, signify by no. Motion carries. Chief? Jim? Chief?
The only thing we have, we did receive the K-9 from the Memphis Police Department. Unfortunately, that K-9 handler had passed away. They needed to move the K-9. We went and got him last week. Sergeant Hardy's going to be the handler. He's gone and testing with MPD. They did some, practice out there. He said the dog performed real well. So Hardy, the dog is certified. Hardy now has to get certified. So hopefully, so hopefully they're going to allow us to. They're going to train some new dog handler there, and they're going to allow us to kind of piggyback off their training, so we won't have to pay. If that doesn't work out, then we'll have to send him to a training class. But he was going to bring him today, but he wanted to wait until he got his new uniform, collar, and all that kind of stuff. So next meeting he'll come. It's a lab mix according to the vet. So he's about 50 pounds.
Eric?
No, sir.
Just bring to everybody's attention, the park board has been meeting. There is a local parks and recreation funds grant that's available that we can apply for again. They come around about every 2 years. So 2 years ago, we applied for this for lighting around the walking track. We did not receive that grant, but we are looking at it again. The possibility of $200,000, 50/50 match. So if we went for the total amount, it would be $100,000 that the city would be responsible for in local funds. We currently have a survey out through the parks Facebook page, getting feedback from the community. They are going to be, that survey is going to be open until the 31st. So Mary, if you can come put a blurb in there to get people, I'll get you the web address. So that way we can get, of course, today we had, I think I turned the survey on around 10 or 10:30, and I had 71 surveys already completed, I think, by 3. Oh, shot. It's on the park. It's also on our, it's on the city page as well. We are going to,
Independence, basically, also, so.
we are going to have 2 public hearings for that. They're scheduled for February the 8th, which will be the next board meeting. We'll do it at 6 o'clock prior to this in the classroom. And then the next one will be at noon on February the 23rd. So in April would be expected delivery date for the Charger to the dealership is the 2nd of February. So they'll ship it to Memphis to get everything loaded on it. The Durango's delayed. He thinks it'll still be mid-February, but they switched during December or sometime the Dodge Safety Police Committee changed the gear shift from a knob shift on the console back to a column shift. And so they've had to retool to do that. And so that's why the Durango is delayed. That's what he told me.
Curiosity.
No, believe me, I'm sure he's quite annoyed by me that, because I told him that y'all are asking, but I'm really asking. You know, we've got these older Fords that we have are 10 years old, and they're costing us a lot of money to keep them on the road, so we need new cars.
That's part of why I was asking, so I know we do a lot of miles.
They do have a lot of miles, and it's just a lot of wear and tear.
John? At this time, I entertain a motion to adjourn the regular meeting, and then we'll open the beer board meeting.
So moved.
Adjourn the meeting of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. At this time, I call to order the Henderson Beer Board. We have only one application, a beer permit at what used to be the Bull Market there on Main Street. If you remember last time when we talked about this, we had concerns on some issues. One concern that I had was that since your son was a convicted felon, is he allowed to work there or not? That was a concern I brought up because I based mine on past experiences and being a cop, and so I brought that up. And then I think some other people had concern on corporations and stuff like that. So what we did was we reached out to our city attorney and gave her the list of questions and I'm gonna let Ms. Lynn turn it over to her and let her kind of, what questions we asked and what the answer from the law is.
There is a statute, and it's 575108 in the Tennessee State Code. And that statute is what the board must abide by in this situation. The statute says that for a location that revokes a beer permit, that location can't be granted another beer permit for a period of 1 year. So no matter who applies for that beer permit at that location, you've got 1 year that you're not supposed to grant a beer permit at that location. The board does have, the law does give you a little discretion. For example, if someone had their beer permit revoked and someone totally different wanted to come in, not related to them, somebody totally different wanted to come in and start a new business there, it does give you the discretion to grant a beer permit at that location. But here's the big caveat to that. But the person who's coming in, to use your discretion, cannot be related to the person whose beer permit was revoked. So in this situation, we are bound by what the state law says, because as I understand it, this gentleman is the father of the previous permit holder whose permit was revoked. So because they are related, you don't get to have that discretion, and that you have 1 year that you cannot grant a beer permit to that location, unless someone totally different, not related to them, comes in and applies, and then you may use your best discretion then. But in this situation, you don't have any discretion you can use.
With that legal advice, I'll make a motion, we deny the permit.
Have a motion to deny the permit of the law, but have a second. Have a second. Any discussion on that? This, like I said, this is an issue that a lot of us have concerns about, and that's the reason the city attorney did and brought it to our attention. And the law is, like I say, the law is specific. I think we violate the law if we don't deny the permit, we're violating the law.
You do.
So I think that's the motion. With that,